Hello,
Hi.
hello. Hi, Connie. Hello, everybody that will join us in a few seconds. Today we are here, Connie Tzor and I, Rakefet Becca Moses. We are going to do a live about creating our reality. So we're just going to see that we are on live, that it is working, and we're going to wait just a few seconds for you to join us. Yes, I see that we are live.
Wonderful. So if you're with us, please send us a hello, send us a heart. Later on, you can send us your questions. This is our way to know that, well, it's wonderful to talk to you, Rakefet, but I also want to know that other people are listening in. We're going to have a very, hopefully, interesting, powerful, and important 30, 40 minutes to dig together now, talking about the amazing days that we are now at, with a special power to create our own reality. So I will give the astrological context of why are these days so important, coming from the world of astrology. Rakefet?
Yes, yes, and I'm going to share the information, the messages that I received from the angels and from light entities that might come even during this live and talk to us and tell us more messages that are related. And we can tell you that Karni and I, when we talk about those times and we share the information that we have, it always the same, it always the same date, it always the same main things that we need to pay attention to. And this is why we're doing this live, because we are in a very special time now, and we need to do the things that we have to do now. This is the time to be in action and to do things and not just to wait. So Kani, would you like to start by sharing the astrology point of view? And we just want to say that if you can see us, please write to us, just that you can hear and see us, that we know that that you are with us and it is okay.
Sure, but just to say before that, it feels that it's going to be a very powerful half hour. I have the feeling that we're going to be part of something very big and special. So well, I think you would want also to share this program with friends. So if you see us, say hi, write down who you are, where you're from, share this with friends. I have the feeling it's going to be a very powerful transmission. When I took the card before the meeting, one of my astrological cards, the card that came out was the universe or the wheel. And this actually means that the cards tell us, don't ask us questions because something amazing is going to happen. So both of us still don't know what is going to happen, but I think both of us also feel that it's going to be a special time. So I'll give the astrological context just to say, if you don't know me yet, I am an astrologer. I'm working with astrology for 20 years. I'm consulting people according to their astrological chart. I helped hundreds of people reach their vocation and make themselves a better life through their astrological understanding, their natal chart, their birth chart. But my main passion is really to help people understand that the planets and the stars and the universe that is around us is not something philosophical. It's tremendous, amazing powers that can actually be part of our lives. We can communicate with them. We can be blessed by their offerings, and we can talk to them and we can listen to what they say back. So this is the new astrology, trying to really have a live relationship with the stars and planets and with our universe. And with that, and soon Rakefet will also introduce herself before your part, but I really want to give some indications about this very, very unique time that we are at. As you know, the whole year of 2020 is the most crazy, amazing year that we ever experienced globally. And of course, it goes together with astrological configuration of this time. Not only that, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, three big planets, have a rare conjunction throughout this year. Saturn is the confinement and constraints and the lockdown that we feel. Jupiter wants to break loose, find new things, break out of the old that constraints, and Pluto allows an amazing transformation, metamorphosis. So these are the planets that are playing with planet Earth, I don't know, basketball, football, whatever, during this year.
It does feel like they're playing with us sometimes, yeah, I must say.
Yeah.
But it's good game. It's we will win anyway. We are winning.
We are winning and we are blessed by the opportunity to live in these very, very unique time, which are times of change. So this is exactly what we're going to talk about, because it seems that at the beginning of 2020, starting from, some people experienced it from the beginning, most of us February, March, it all started. Yes, if you see the astrological year or the calendar as a ball, yes, you have the beginning of the ball at the top. And it's as if that something just rolled down throughout the year, and things have happened upon us. Some of them are amazing, stopping the world, allowing the nature to take charge again, allowing us to stop and to think and to change our direction. And then bad things that are happening, things are happening, happened upon us. Now we're in the second part of this year, in which we need to start building the future that we want to see in our own personal lives, in the life of the community that we live in the family that we have, and in our country, each one their own country, and in the whole world. It is up to us. Each one can do their little part, but together it is going to create an amazing, huge, jigsaw puzzle. So why are these days specifically so important? Because during this time there are three different things. The picture here is a bit strange, so I'm looking to see where my hands are. So there are three different things happening simultaneously now in the skies and upon us on Earth, that allow our thinking to be much more powerful than usual. We know that we create our reality with what we think. We know that everything in the world started with a thought. And we know how powerful what we think and, of course, what we do can be. But these days, first of all, Mars, the planet of action, is retrograding. We know many things about retrograding Mars, usually not good things. Mars is also the planet of violence and of war. Retrograding, it gives us many traps, but this is actually, retrograding Mars allows us to change our behavioral patterns, to change the way we actually do things. Mercury. Oh, and by the way, this is the card of Mars. So this is Mars, action, active. When it retrogrades, we can manage to do things in a different way. Now, many times we want to change our patterns, but these days there is a celestial backwind that really, really allows it. The second planet that retrogrades is Mercury. And Mercury is the planet of thinking. Again, we know the usual things: Mercury retrogrades, computer fall, problems with traffic, being late. But Mercury retrograde allows us to change our thinking patterns. And this is so crucial, because if we create our world by the power of our thoughts, then now we have the ability to change the DNA, yes, to go into the backside of the computer and reprogram it, so we can really change the way We think about ourselves, we think about our family, we think about the world we live in. And by that, now we can really create whole new different patterns that will lead to a whole different world. I'll say the last thing and then I'll go to you, Kefet. Okay. And the very, very last thing is that the sun is now aligned to the astrological realm of creation. Now, this is a lot to do with the new astrology. You can find a lot about it on my site, but just to say that I am using the sidereal, which is astrology, which is the astronomically correct astrology. It's very different than the astrology we know. And these days, actually, the sun is aligned to the constellation of Libra, not Scorpio, as you might think. And this allows us even more to be able to create our world coming out of what we actually think. So three different ingredients really point to this is the time to really see what you think, be aware of what you think, be aware of what you do, and create your reality by thinking so. So this is the astrological background of these days.
Yes, and as we always talk about, we see the changes through the messages also that I receive. I'll just say a few words about myself. If someone here doesn't know me, my name is Lakefet Bekamozes. I'm a practical and a spiritual guide. That means that I'm a channeler. I'm channeling since I was 7 years old. And the information and the messages that are coming through me are mostly talking about how we need to act now at this time. And I've been doing this for many years already, but it's been a journey. And Kani, I don't know if you remember, but we did a live together. I think maybe it was the first time that we did a live together. It was in January or maybe in December. Before the corona started, and we talked about it. We talked about it's going to be something maybe difficult even, and we're going to go through it, and it's going to take a while, and we're going to go through a process and a journey. We talked about it then. I don't know if you remember. We have that. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and see it. We have it also in our websites and our Facebook pages. So I know now that it's really important to do the way and to do every step of the way, step by step. And I can tell you, I'm receiving the weekly message for 5 years now. Every Sunday, I receive the weekly message from the angels. I'm channeling the angels, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and Raphael. And all four of them are coming every Sunday with more entities, light entities, and they give us the messages. And they have take us through a path the last 5 years, and they actually kind of showed us that something is about to happen. And they helped us get ready to prepare ourselves to this virus that there is now, to COVID-19. But we didn't know the name of the thing that we are preparing to. We just knew that we had to be ready and to do changes, to make changes in our lives. And the last few messages in this, I think about 2 or 3 weeks, they have talked to me all the time about being in action now, about getting ready and see how to change things at this moment. And they talked to us 3 weeks ago about the emotions that we feel. And they said, if now you are feeling down, or you know what, not even down, but you're not feeling high, you're not feeling happy, you're feeling fine, okay, I'm doing something normal. I'm preparing maybe breakfast for my kids, but I'm not feeling that I'm doing it with a lot of energy. I'm feeling that I'm doing it because I need to do it. And they said, even at that moment, you need to see how you can change your vibration. What can help you raise your vibration at that moment? Because this time that you are in now, right now, is time of creation. And if you're doing something, even if you're doing it not because you're feeling bad, but you're just feeling that you have to, and not that you want to, and not that you're happy to, so it makes a lot of difference about the vibration that you're sending to the world and the frequency that you want to create around you. And they said, now it's the time that you are, they're saying now you're, it's like you're painting your map, they're saying. You're painting your map right now. So do you want to paint it with colorful and beautiful colors that you love, or do you want to paint it with something that will make you look at it and feel sad? So they really talking to us this 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks, about doing changes every step of the way. And this week on Sunday, last Sunday, they said to us that they want us to see the path that our soul already created for us to go through this time now. And they said, we're going to put signs on those paths for you to find them, to know that you are on the right path, the path that your soul created for you to grow through this time. And I said it on Sunday, and I asked people, if you see those signs, to write down. And so many people send me pictures of heart shapes in the sky or in flowers, or that they've seen their name, suddenly their name and somewhere like in big flashlights. And they said, I'm going through this path all the time. I haven't seen my name there. Someone put it there for me to see. So we need to know that this time is a very important time of change, and we are creating the reality at this moment. So every step we do, every change, even a small change that we can do in the way we feel, in the way we think, in the way that we understand, okay, the way that we understand and react to things that are out of us, but they do reflect on us. Every change that we can do is a big change, is a major change, is a success. Sometimes I had this week, like I was feeling really good. I did meditation. I was feeling really good. And then my daughter came to me and she said to me that she don't want to go on Zoom. She don't want to go Zoom schooling with her teacher. And I started getting angry. And I told her, you have to. And I felt that I'm getting angry inside of me. And then she said, okay, fine, I will do it. And about 3 seconds after she said fine, I felt calm again. And what the angels told me at that moment, they told me, stop, you're about to think that you are a bad mom because you got angry about her. But just pay attention how quickly you became calm again, because that's a major change that you have made in your life. And so many times we just don't pay attention. We don't see the small changes that we make, and they are not small. They are big changes. So do it. Do those changes now.
Definitely. I really want to say that it feels that what we're actually saying today, it's like a wake call to our lives. Be more aware. Be more aware. In the last few months, everybody was in a lockdown. Some of it was amazing, having space, not needing to work. Then later on, different reactions in different people. But part of the result of this year that didn't pass as usual is that we maybe became more numb. We are more asleep now. We don't need 2020 to realize that most of humanity is walking asleep and really, really unaware of life. Yes. And one of the ways to recognize that we are walking asleep, yes, I don't want to say dead, walking around dead, but walking around unaware and unconscious and asleep, is that the days become automatic, that we do things without thinking. Suddenly it's afternoon. What happened to the day? Without energy, because when we are not aware to life, we don't get the right nutrition that we need out of life. Life can be amazing, and we know that, and we know from our lives that little minutes can be so precious and so nutritious. And the way to start to live is to try to become more and more aware, less and less automatic. So to pay attention to different things and the main big thing that is happening now is that these are the times that you can actually create your reality according to what you think and what you do. And this won't last forever. Mercury will end its retrogression November 3rd. Mars will end its retrogression November 14th. We're talking about a week to 3 weeks. That's it. A window of an amazing opportunity. And are we really stopping to think, to visualize the world that we want to see, to visualize the life to visualize the life that we want to live, to think how would we want to see the world? Yes, in this time of change, the world is in an incubator. Yes, and soon, maybe soon half a year-ish, the corona bubble and the lockdown bubble will break open. But what will come out of this incubator? Now, these are the days for us to plant the seeds to what we want to see in the future. And we can't allow ourselves and the world and God to be asleep at this time, to waste this time. So it's a huge, huge wake up call to really see what it is that we do with our lives. And do we spend some time really engaging with the right things? So I think we can give Kefet some techniques of what to do with this time. Yes, one suggestion that I have is before you start your day in the automatic routine, find the time to sit alone with yourself and your cup of coffee or tea or whatever, and write down what you want to see in your life today, the simple things, what you want to see in your community, maybe bigger things, what you want to see in your country, what you want to see in the world in half a year's time, tomorrow even. Now, talking about tomorrow, I've been doing these things. I've been writing down in the last week things in my journal, in my notebook. And a few days ago, I looked at what I wrote and I said, oh my God, some things realized and materialized and happened so quickly. I wrote down things I thought I would see like in a year, half a year, and they happened just a few days later. The power of our mind is so strong now. It's like all the angels are looking to see who is asking questions. Hey, we're here to provide anything that you want, but no one is asking. So
That's so you're so right, Kanye. There's two things that they asked me to talk about that you just mentioned, and so thank you. They said you said that we need to imagine how we want to see our world in 6 months from now, and not just our personal life. And one of the things that is very important that's happening now is that we are creating the reality of the world as well as ourselves. And when we look at a creation that we want to create globally, it have a lot of power, because sometimes we think that we're just one person in all this world. How can I affect the whole world? And they say this time that you are now, since the corona came to the world, since the COVID is here, you have been more reflective to others, and you feel that you are now kind of sharing the same destiny, because we are all locked down, we all need to wear masks. So suddenly there's things that all the world need to pay attention to. It's not just a certain people or just a country, everyone. It's kind of touched everyone's lives. And they say the thing is that it happened this way because we want you to understand that now you are creating the reality of your entire world and not just yourself. So when we do those changes, and sometimes we don't have the strength to do it for ourselves. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and said, I don't want to. I just don't have strength to. But then they said, remember, please remember, remind yourself that you're not doing those changes just for yourself. You're doing it for everyone, for all the people that are around you, that surround you, your family, your kids, your community. your nation and your world, and you know that you need to take charge as well and take responsibility of your part in this world, because your souls chose to be in this world at this time, and they chose to be here because they know the path, they know the way, they know how to do that that shift that we are doing now. So this is the first thing that they said. And the second thing is really don't let yourself fall into old stories. Don't let yourself go back into things that you're already finished. And if there are things that you haven't finished until now, if you have things that you've been frightened, you've been scared to do, this is the time of changes. This is the time to finish things that are still open, that might hold you back from doing this time. Okay, new start, the new first start that you want. This is the time to finish those things that you haven't finished until now, because you need to open yourself to the new beginnings that are starting now. And sometimes we are just afraid to do those changes, and they really give us like a due date, and the due date is now. So you said that before, you said, I think the 4th of November, you said?
There are different dates. The 3rd of November is the time when Mercury ends its retrograde. 14th of November, Mars ends its retrograde. And on the 18th of November, the Sun will already move to a different astrological realm. So slowly, yes, the different ingredients are spreading away. This is the time.
Yes, so the dates that I've got are really similar. And I've got the 6th of November. It's a very important date, and they told us to do those changes, to finish those things before that date. They really told me you need to finish all those things until before the end of the first week of November. You need to finish all those things, because the new beginning will start then. And there are more dates that are related to November and December, and we will talk about it maybe in other lives. But they said we really need to do that now. We really need to do that now.
Yeah, I laugh because you said we'll talk about it in other lives.
I thought about it as well. Like, not another lifetime.
And the meaning is exactly, this lifetime, but other live events. It's very funny. Yes, of course.
Maybe also another life. You don't know. Maybe we are talking about it.
I think we talked about it for so many reincarnations and so many lives, but this is really, it's the deadline. Yes, this is the time, and souls that are born during this time, it's such a big choice to be part of this amazing celebration, right? The world has been going at the same course for a few thousand years with not much change. And now during our lifetimes, yes, we've seen so many changes happen. And it's a very, very, very unique time to live in and be part of, and to really understand that we have a part in this creation. We actually really do have a part. There is a reason why we were born for this time.
We are here because we have our part. There is the part that we need to take our part now. We need to just do what we came here to do, and that's those changes. And you said before about doing the ritual in the morning. You said before, and what they ask us to do is just to give ourselves a sign every time that we feel. There are two things. The first thing is every time that we feel our energy level haven't changed for maybe more than 15-20 minutes, they say just one thing that can raise your energy. One thing, okay? And I actually I've been in Tony Robbins' convention. It was live this last few days, and I couldn't be in all of it because it was virtual, and it was difficult for me with the kids. So I saw only two only two broadcasts there, and one of them they said if you move your body, and even if you just move your ass, so it raises your energy. So I just said, okay, I'm going to find a way to do it. If I feel that my energy is now low, I'm just going to move my body, just starting jumping or something, or putting music on. And they say, if you will do that, even if you pay attention, that you see that your energy is the same for more than 15, 20 minutes, and it's not high energy, just do one thing that will raise your energy, even if it will be for just 3 or 4 minutes. It will be very important, because you raise the energy of the entire world. Just think about it, okay? Just think how amazing it is that I'm just going to raise my energy, but I'm going to affect so many people around me. So this is one thing that they are asking us to do. And the second thing is just to pay attention to the signs. They are sending us so many signs. And sometimes we can see and say, oh, this is such a beautiful heart shape. It's so amazing. And not even tell to ourselves it's a sign. It's a sign that they are showing me that they are here with me. They are showing me that they are showing me the path that I know that my soul already created for me to walk through. And when we feel that they are here with us, it just makes everything easier, I think. I think that sometimes, even if my energy is not high, and I know that they are here with me, and suddenly I see the stone in the shape of a heart, I just think, okay, my energy is not high at the moment, but I'm being taken care of. I'm being just, someone is holding me now, is helping me going through that time. And this is a very important for us humans, because we are here with feelings. And in a human body, to all the time do this energy work, it's something that we need to remember, to it we are human at the same time. So let ourselves be human, but at the same time tell ourselves, well, we are being watched and held also by the angels, and they are helping us going through this important time now.
Wow. Actually, when you talked, a few new things came in, but we're towards the end of our time. So I'll just say, first of all, that we will meet again in a few weeks to talk about the next stage, because the idea is that now we're planting the seeds, and during the next month, starting November 18th, when the sun would enter the actual astrological realm of Scorpio, which I call the realm of the gate, this is going to be a huge time of change. So we're really now preparing to a different kind of actuality that will start very, very soon. And so we will talk about that in our next live, meaning Facebook Live. And I wanted also to say that you talked about not being still and stagnant for too long, especially with lower emotions. And we need to remember that our body is made about with 80% of water, just as the world, the planet Earth, so is our body. And when water don't move, they become stagnant, they become a swamp, and they become full of bacteria and bad things. But water, when they move, they actually clean themselves. This is the magic of water, that running water clean themselves, which is, by the way, an amazing, amazing, amazing thing. Of course, it has to do with the 4 elements, and water are to do with our emotions. And this gives another reason of why not, we're all in our houses. Some can't go outside. And anyhow, we really, really need to move. We need to release the energy. We need to clean ourselves. And movement is absolutely crucial and important. And again, to put in the day times of awareness. Put yourself an alarm clock for every hour, hour and a half, or 45 minutes. And when it goes, do a little movement. Will also wake you, yes, to life from the usual things. So this came when you talked. And another thing is the nutrition, that we need to have the right nutrition in all 4 elements. This might be another whole conversation, but we need to have good physical nutrition, good emotional nutrition, good mental nutrition, good energetic nutrition, understanding that we're living here in an amazing world with other things that want to help us. So really to be mindful. of that. So yes,
Yes,
any last words before we say goodbye for
yes,
today?
yes. Just the last thing is that we need to remember that we chose to come here because we already know the path that we need to go through, and we can choose all the time, every second. Even if 5 minutes ago we chose something different, we can choose again at this instant something completely different from what we chose 5 minutes ago. So don't feel that if you decided something, you can't change it. Remember that we are here because we chose to be here and because we can create, and we are here to choose every second the way we want to feel, the way we want to react, the way we want to think. It's all inside of us. No one can really take that from us. When you feel like in the lockdown, we can feel that they locked us down in our house, but the thoughts and the feelings that we have, no one can control that. Only we can control that, and we can decide what goes in. You said about nutrition, so it's just they say it's important to say that we decide how to feel, we decide what to think, we decide how to react, we decide what to explore ourselves to, and it will affect on us. So remember that no matter what happens outside of you, what happens inside of you, it's only what you choose, only what you choose.
I think these are very, very amazing words to take. I'm wondering, Kefit, is your program of the 9 gates still available for people to join?
Yes, we have a program of 9 gates. That each gate is it's a meditation, 9 meditations, and each gate is open as to all the time that we are here now to go through this path together, and also to do the changes in a easier way and a more flowing way, not feeling resistance to what is happening now, to know how to do that change inside of you, and it's free. Just need to register, and you can get it to your email and watch the 9 gates. And I do recommend to do one gate each week and not all of them one after the other, because it takes time to feel it. You need to take time to your body to get used to the new vibrations that are going through the body. So yes, I write down the link, and you can join the 9 gates process. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. And I just realized that the astrological card that I showed a few cards from can actually be a very good
A little bit
tool.
more.
Yeah, okay. So they can actually be a very good tool to do your morning process with. So if you want to take the time every morning, not to start automatically, but to start with some message, some alignment, then the cards can be a very good tool
Yeah.
to do so. So I think we'll say goodbye for now, and we will meet again soon.
Yes,
Thank you, everybody who joined us.
please share this video. Even if people that weren't here with us can really just learn more things about this time. And it is now. It is creating now. It is happening now. So please share this video now with friends and family, and things that you think that it might help them and might open their eyes even, and just tell them, here, listen,
Yeah.
just in time now.
And send us hearts and say what you thought about it. And if you have any questions, please write them down. Even if you're not with the live, if you're seeing it later on, we will read your remarks and questions, and it will be responsive to them.
Yeah.
So goodbye, everybody. Until
Thank you,
soon.
Connie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Connie. And
Raquel.
thank you, everyone that have been with us, and people who wrote it to us. You didn't see it. It's a lot of wisdom, and thank you, and well done. And
Amazing.
yes, we haven't seen that, all the things that you wrote to us. But so thank you to everyone who have been with us and shared this video. And we will see you next month with more information about what is happening in this time. And just thank you, Connie, for being with me.
Thank you, Rokefet, for being you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.